Well, it would be tied. No, can't do it. Oh, it's breaking my back. Maybe that's enough. No, still tight as it can be. That's not good. Poop. I don't think. Nope, that's not long enough to go the other side. That's not good. Yeah. Oh. Welcome to my world. Hi folks, welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, fall's here. It's August the 25th and everything is in a hurry. The weeds are in a hurry to pollinate and make seeds. The bugs are in a hurry to breed and lay eggs. The grass is in a hurry to put on as much mass as it can before winter gets here, to help the root system. The trees are starting to pull their sap back and their leaves will start changing here just any day. You know, we're there. And I think about fall and I think about my dad and the way things were for him. My dad was a coal miner, a maintenance man, a welder, an electrician. He wore a lot of hats. Watched him lay block and all kinds of stuff. It's where I get my, if it's written down in a book somewhere, I can do it. So I just think about him. My dad worked in the coal mines for years and had something called black lung. that caused him to be disabled basically at about 58. He worked in the mines for I don't remember how many years, and before that he worked as a coal truck driver, and before we went to Michigan. And then when we came back, he was a miner again, an underground miner. And about the time he was 58, he was disabled and unable to do the things that the young guys could do underground. It just wasn't going to happen. Well, his friend growing up was a coal operator, and he gave Dad a job night watching over at a strip mine over across Pine Mountain. And so Dad did that till he was about 60, and then he just got to where he couldn't and had to go on disability. And I think about him, I'm 62, Dad was 60 when he went on disability. He still puttered around at the house and did things. Yeah, it's been 28 years. August makes 28 years since Dad died. I'd give anything to talk to him one more time. They say time heals all wounds. Not all of them. Down in there. I think about how Dad approached things with Mom. At about 60, when my dad was 60, Mom got breast cancer. And he was dealing with that. And then after she had the breast cancer, she took a drug called tamoxifen. She wound up with uterine cancer, and they had to take that out. Dad was about 62 by this time. And we all expected Mom to die any time. Well, about 67, Dad went out to mow his grass, like I'm going to do today. I'm going to mow my grass. And he got out there, mowed his grass, and started hurting in his belly. Bad. Dad always had ulcers, and he was always sick in his stomach.
Get out of it.
And he drunk Maalox by the gallon in Mylanta.
About 2 hours worth of gas.
Took him to the doctor. Go get some. And they did. That was back before all the high-powered imaging. You know, this was 1997. They didn't have a lot of the high-powered imaging. They took X-rays and. So they did a surgery on him, and he had colon cancer, and it had ruptured. So they took that cancer out. And I'll never forget that day. The doctor came, and he was a friend of the family. My wife's a nurse, so he was a friend of the family. And I asked him, I said, could you get it all? He said, no, I'd had to gut him like a fish. Because it had spread from his colon to his pancreas to everywhere. Well, the problem was Dad had black lung real bad. So the pain medicines shut his respiration down to where he couldn't breathe. He couldn't exchange oxygen well enough because of the black lung to be on a ventilator, unless he was on a ventilator. Well, he was on the ventilator for about 2 days, and he signed a living will. He didn't want to be on the ventilator. So that was back in the early days of the living will thing. So he signed that, and they took him off a vent and put him in a regular room. And in about 4 or 5 days, Dad was dead. I remember his doctor asked me, he said, Joel, I can put him back on the vent. I said, that's no way to live. He said, you're right. He said, but I still had to offer. You know, that they do all they can do. Yeah. So I think about Dad. He died before Mom. Mom outlasted him by about 5 years. So, yeah, we all thought it was going to be her go first. I just think about him in the fall. Love y'all.